guys, this is Les with Pro Cleaners Network. I'm here with Greeny, which is his real name, is Jeff Lydon with Green Glides, and he's got his stuff here at the Connection Show, and he's going to talk to us and tell us what all he's got to offer and the newest stuff he's designed for truck mounts. So Jeff, thanks for letting Pro Cleaners Network come here and interview with you.
Thanks for having me, Les.
So Jeff, what do we got here on your goodie table? Looks like you've got a lot of good little inventions here.
Well, most of our stuff is designed to enhance the vacuum on a truck mount. So today we're showing a lot of the high-performance 2.5-inch accessories. So all these pipe-looking tubes,
right?
These are all focused at 2.5-inch vacuum hose.
Good.
Because it's got 56% more airflow than 2-inch, it's quite a little kick. And we got different configurations because the different trucks that we're setting up, they have different requirements.
Sure.
The really big one would be like one of your big trucks.
Right.
This takes 3 2-inch vacuum hoses into a manifold and 2 2.5s run off of this.
That's cool.
So you got 3 tube power and 2 2.5s.
And you guys got a name for this, don't you?
Well, there's a couple of names for it.
You call it like a manifold or something?
That's Mikey.
Oh, Mikey.
Yeah, he called it the manifold. It's just a vacuum manifold.
I see. Well, that's pretty good. So what you're doing here is most standard truck mounts have 2-inch vacuum inlets on the recovery tank, right?
That's right.
So to get the volume up, you're taking 3 2-inch off the standard recovery tank, correct?
That's correct.
Combining it into this manifold, and then you're adapting down to 2 inches for dual wand.
2 2.5.
Or you just cap this, right?
Yes.
So, okay, he's got a plug there, y'all. So let's see here. All right, so you put this plug in there, which makes a nice looking piece there, and there's your single wand 2-inch. And what Jeff's actually done is he's modified the design of any truck mount by increasing the vacuum hose leaving the recovery tank to 2.5-inch. And he's increased his airflow at the wand, so we'll talk a little more about that later. But yeah, this is a nice looking piece here, Jeff, and
so this
bolt that down.
So this is for the big trucks. It can be put anywhere. You can actually mount it underneath the truck if you want to go through the floor and do some plumbing that way.
Nice.
Or just be set inside the door.
I see. That's really nice.
This is a little more common piece that there are more guys that single wand.
Right.
This would be something you just put right on top of your recovery tank. You have to drill the necessary hole.
Sure.
It comes with a gasket kit and the hardware, and that's it. You got a single 2.5.
So this right here is something. Most recovery tanks have a coupling welded into it. It has a barb in it. So Jeff, you're just saying just cut all that out.
Well, sometimes if they've got a plastic fitting, you can remove the plastic fitting, and you'll be left with like a 2 3/8-inch hole.
Sure.
And that's really close to the inside diameter.
Right. Well, even if you didn't, you could cap your existing 2-inch and just cut a hole in the recovery tank with a hole saw, put the gasket on there and bolt that to the recovery tank, either on top or the side, to get you into that high airflow inlet in the recovery tank. So and I see that's anodized. That's nice.
Yeah, this is we call it armor coat. It's just a hard anodized coating. It's very chemical resistant.
Oh, it makes it chemical resistant.
Yes, and it's wear resistant.
I see.
That's why we can do
most
things.
aluminum, gets electrolysis after so many years.
That's right.
Well, that's nice. So this will help prevent the electrolysis.
Absolutely.
So that's really nice. I don't see how you can make that any nicer. All right, Jeff, what else?
Well, we've got this is the dual, same setup for dual.
All right, that's for the dual wand, okay.
Yep. And this is a dual as well, but we call this a dual offset. Sometimes the platform that I'm working on, I've got a tight area, so I need to come out the side of the truck. So we've got it as compact as can be.
I see.
Somebody that runs maybe a Cleanco or something would use this.
Yeah, so you got that offset because it'd be on a center line. So now you got he's offset that, you see that? So you can get both access to both inlets there to run dual wand straight off the recovery tank. That's nice. That's nice.
Something like this is just a little accessory.
Okay.
If he's already got a tank that's set up for 2.5, like some are. Some they've got a hose going to a live vacuum reel or something. Well, we'll disengage that live vacuum reel. We'll put this into this fitting, bolt it to the floor, and now he's got a hookup. So this is just going to the tank on a small jumper hose.
Oh, that's nice.
And then this is his new hard point.
Well, a lot of times your recovery tank will be back in the side door, and your vacuum hose reel will be coming out the back. It's nice to have the disconnect the hose and hook it to something right there without having to walk around. So Jeff's got this where you just bolt this on the floor right next to the vacuum hose reel, and you just have a permanent little jumper hose going to the recovery tank on up inside the truck. Gives you a nice little platform to connect to. That's nice, Jeff.
It's really handy for a remote plumb.
Yeah, that's nice.
Same kind of a deal. The guy's already set up with two 2-inch hoses off his tank.
Yes.
We'll run some jumper hoses out to the door, and we'll just set this right on the ground.
Yes.
And give him 2.5 to the house.
Let's see. Now this is another thing that's real nice because most standard recovery tanks have a 2-inch inlet. So what Jeff's doing here is he's running. You go ahead and connect to your 2 standard 2-inch barbs on your recovery tank. Run it to here. Let this lay on the ground, and that allows you to adapt to 2.5 without having to modify your recovery tank. That's nice. Same thing here.
Mounted option.
Mounted. This will be more permanent into that. Another thing Jeff does is on these 2 hoses that you're coming off the recovery tank, you can put your inline filters and run twin inline filters, and that'll give you more capacity on your filter system and allow you to go further without having to change the filter and the pull filter, and it maintains the airflow because you got double the air surface area of your filter, which is nice. That's nice.
We've got a couple other small accessories.
Okay.
When you run this hose, this one is actually a 2-inch. We'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
This is a 2.5 joiner. This is a 2.5 reducer.
That's nice. So what Jeff's done is he's got all the 2.5-inch hose, which I guess let me just bring it right here.
Let me disengage that.
Okay, and we need to talk about the hose because a lot of people are concerned about going to 2.5-inch hose and it being too stiff or too heavy. So this is a hose here, which is not too bad. It's not really that much bigger than a 2-inch. As you can see, it's not tremendously bigger. Jeff was telling me that if you can get 3 sections of 2-inch on your vacuum hose, you can get 2 sections of the 2.5. So that gives you an idea on your storage capacity. Okay, and so your 2-inch is pretty flexible. It seems like that's more flexible than just most hoses that I've seen. That's nice.
It's as flexible as we're going to get.
Let's see.
With the high heat and vacuum rating.
Yeah. And I guess once the heat gets on, it gets a little bit more flexible.
A little bit more.
Well, that's nice. Okay. Now, so, all right. So you got all this figured out how to get to the 2-inch.
So here's your 2.5 and here's your 2.
I see. Now,
that's a special liner in there.
Look, take a look at this, y'all. At this liner. Now, tell us about that liner, Jeff.
Well, that's a high heat chemical resistant liner.
Oh.
Not all hose has a liner.
I've never heard of that. That's real unique. That's real neat. Okay. So now here's these guys' adapters here to go ahead and...
so you go to your 2.5, and that's going to be a pretty good fit here.
Right. And let me bring you the cuff.
And this was actually designed to go to a cuff or to raw hose.
Or to raw hose. Oh, let's see that.
It's the only adapter that will work in both. And it's tight, but she'll go right in there.
Now that is nice because, you know, a lot of times these hose cuffs split and we have problems with them. And they start coming off, and you can just get by with the job and just put it straight in there. That's
It'll
real
work
nice.
on both, and it's equally.
And I noticed, Jeff, is that your wall thickness of your adapters are very thin.
Yes, sir.
You know, like when people use the plastic barb, it's had a very thick wall thickness, which is kind of restrictive. The inside diameter is a lot.
We want to keep them as thin as possible without compromising strength.
That's nice. It's really nice.
So this looks like there's more airflow because it's completely smooth on the inside.
That's right, yeah.
Is that the purpose?
Now this one here was machined from a solid piece of aluminum. If you look inside there, it's a slow, gentle step.